On the north side of Henderson, basically that is the area that really appears to be under the gun right now. And Chad, I'd appreciate it if you'd make a phone call for me and get my family alerted.
There were so many people that needed help initially within the first 5 minutes.
We had over 200 people unaccounted for.
The number of vehicles I saw when I overflew the area was just incredible.
I was overcome by the magnitude of the disaster.
We lost whole families.
So we were thinking maybe we had 10-15 patients. We thought, hey, it's going to be a big deal. We can get this wrapped up, until we started getting reports from the south end of the trailer park that it was demolished.
We realized we're dealing with a situation here that is going to be a multiple casualty incident. It's going to be a disaster.
We didn't know where we had room to get ambulances in and out, or where even we had a big enough area to put a bunch of patients.
But I saw one of our key strengths at work early on, and that was the initial arriving people were doing their job.
And for that split second when it first hit, I can remember everything you just kind of brain freeze for a second, because trying to imagine the scope of it, and then training just kicks in.
We had a lot of people that were actually pulling on us and wanting help, and frantically looking for their kids and their parents and their loved ones.
The challenge was the darkness.
That address didn't exist anymore. It's just a concrete pad.
What you have to realize is when we're in a situation like this is that you're going to have to relax some of your policies.
You know, the warning system that's in place now, a lot of people still to this day don't realize that it's really only designed to alert people that are outdoors. It's not really designed to wake people up in their homes, especially in the middle of the night.
The fact that it was at 1:30 in the morning created a significant challenge for us that we didn't recognize until daylight.
Concerned. Then when we became really tested, what would happen. And I would say I was just very proud.
I think the start triage allowed us to transport a good number of people by a municipal transportation system where we were able to get the assets from and send them to the hospital by buses that were not critically injured, and really did save the assets for those patients who really needed them.
I think the major strength was that it showed us the trauma systems do work.
I noticed we had a large number of nurses there, trained nurses, physicians. I mean, everybody was there that we needed, and made me pretty comfortable.
They identified the life-saving maneuvers that they needed to do, and they did them very quickly.
I think that there was an outpouring of compassion. I think there was an outpouring of effort. I think there was very little chaos.
In that disaster that morning, everybody knew what their responsibility was.
We were able to organize the event and get the resources in there, deploy those resources in an organized fashion.
And we knew we were going to need a lot more resources than what we had originally called for.
I think this incident is a testimony to communication and organization pays off in the long run.
We were able to mobilize our team, and the team consisted of course, surgeons, physicians, but the other ancillary people that you need.
We've got an amazing crew that night. I'm just very proud of being there that night.
Our system was kind of fluid, so that what would happen as we saw problems, we were able to correct them.
You can practice and practice for these things, and practice has been done in Evansville, but it's never like the real thing.
Because I've been involved in some disasters before, and it's kind of not even organized chaos, it's chaos. Whereas this one, with having practiced trauma before, on a much less extent with a lot less patients. This one had a lot of patients, but it showed us that the system worked.
There's excellent teamwork from all individuals here in the hospital, and I'd also have to say that extended to the outside agencies.
I think overall, Evansville gets an A.